Welcome to day 15 of the KobeCloud 100 Days of DevOps Challenge. In today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to set up SSL for Nginx on a Linux server. By the end of this session, your Nginx server will securely serve content over HTTPS, making your website encrypted and more secure. This tutorial is perfect for beginners and DevOps enthusiasts looking to learn Linux web server security, SSL certificates, and Nginx configuration. First, I logged into the application server using the banner user and entered the corresponding password to gain access to the system. After logging in, I installed Nginx on the server using the package manager. This prepares the server to host web content and serve it over HTTP and HTTPS. Next, I enabled the Nginx service so that it starts automatically on boot. Then, I started the service to make sure it's running and ready to serve web requests. Once enabled, I started the Nginx service manually to ensure it's up and running. This allows the server to immediately begin serving web content. After starting the service, I checked the status of Nginx using the systemctl command. I could see that the service was active and running successfully, confirming that Nginx is ready to serve content. Next, I checked the locations of the SSL certificate and key files, nautilus.crt and nautilus.key, to ensure they exist and are accessible. These files are required for enabling HTTPS on Nginx. After verifying the certificate and key files, I created a dedicated directory called SSL under /etc/nginx. This will store the SSL certificate and key securely for Nginx to use. Next, I moved the nautilus.crt and nautilus.key files into the newly created /etc/nginx/ssl/directory. This ensures that Nginx can access them from a secure and standard location for SSL configuration. After moving the certificate and key files, I updated their permissions to root. This ensures that only the root user can access these sensitive files, keeping the SSL credentials secure. Next, I set the permissions of the nautilus.key file to 600 using chmod. This makes sure that only the root user can read and write the private key, enhancing the security of the SSL setup. After securing the SSL files, I edited the default.conf file in Nginx to configure SSL. I added the paths to the nautilus.crt and nautilus.key files, set the server to listen on port 443, and enabled HTTPS for the site. This completes the SSL configuration for Nginx Next, I created a simple index.html file with the content welcome in the Nginx document root. I used the echo command combined with sudo t to write the content, ensuring proper permissions for the web server to serve the page. After updating the configuration and creating the index file, I ran sudo nginx-t to test the nginx configuration. This command checks for any syntax errors and ensures the configuration is valid before restarting the service. Once the configuration was verified, I restarted the Nginx service using sudo systemctl restart nginx. This applies the new SSL settings and serves the website over HTTPS. After restarting, I checked the status of Nginx with sudo systemctl status nginx. The service was active and running, confirming that Nginx is now serving the website securely over HTTPS. Next, I installed the necessary packages for firewall management and SE Linux support. I used sudo yum install y policy caroutles, Python iptables, services Python utils to ensure that IP tables and related utilities are available to configure secure access to the server. After installing the required packages, I configured iptables to allow HTTPS port 443 and SSH port 22, while dropping other incoming traffic. I also added rules for established and related connections and allowed the loopback interface. Viewers can see all the exact iptables commands I used in the video description and reuse them for their own labs. Once the firewall rules were configured, I saved them so they persist across reboots. This ensures that the server remains protected and the HTTPS and SSH access rules are applied even after restarting the system. Finally, I checked that the index.html file still exists in the Nginx document root and verified its content using cat. This confirms that the website displays welcome correctly, and the SSL setup did not affect the page. After finishing all configurations on App Server 3, I exited back to the jump host and used curl-ik https:// to test the HTTPS connection. The command returned HTTP 200 OK, confirming that Nginx is serving the website securely over SSL, and all firewall rules are correctly applied. That's it for Day 15 of the KobeCloud 100 Days of DevOps Challenge. In this lab, we successfully installed and configured Nginx, set up SSL with a self-signed certificate, created a simple index.html page, and secured the server using iptables. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the upcoming labs. Stay tuned for more practical DevOps tutorials as we continue our 100 Days of DevOps journey.